Welcome to a brand new episode of Talks with Dorks. And you know what? This episode, let's call it Talks with Dorks with a vengeance, because this one has exactly that. A lot of vengeance coming, because you may have seen that last episode of Talks with Dorks with the Idiot 1 and Idiot 2, Kurt and Laferde. Well, now it's my turn to go over what happened at Slam by Me, because a lot happened to me. A lot happened with me. I should be sat here calling myself the first ever TDW champion. I'm not. But before we get into all that, I brought a couple of friends with, and this is what I've said to the boys: you're idiots for turning your back on me. Why? Because I've been around this business a lot longer. I've got a lot of friends in this business, and I've been talking to some of my friends. Some of our friends that are even already on the TDW roster are right here to tell me their opinions of what you idiots did and what you guys think is right. Do you know what? Let's stop bitching about. First off, I'm going to introduce you to the man that wasn't a Slam by Me, and I'm sure if he was, he would definitely have had a lot to say at the end of the show right there and then. It's my favourite cosplayer out there, the one and only, it's Kev D. Kev, welcome back to the podcast, bro.
Ryan, first of all, I hope recovery is going well.
I've been better, bro. I've been better.
I can imagine. Secondly, this is normally the part where I would say, what do you want to talk about? I'm pushing all of the cosplay, the character to one side, because this goes beyond portraying characters. This goes beyond everything else. What the two of them did was downright disgusting. And yeah, if I was in attendance, I'm pretty sure one of them would have left hurting. I would have found them, simple as. I would have been nowhere near the ring at the time, and it's a small place. They would have been easy to find. They did a runner very quickly. I don't think they would have been able to get away. Maybe some of the other boys tried. A lot of them would have been concerned with you. That's not my area of expertise. I would not have been any good to you in the situation you were in. Probably would have been a perfect opportunity to mostly slap Kurt up inside his head.
So, if anybody doesn't know what happened and what situation I'm in, I mean, you might have heard the boys have said, I can't even remember. I watched that whole podcast and I've got points to bring up. They were talking about me and my injury. Maybe they don't even know the full extent of it. My spine is fractured in two places. Yes, I'm sat here like a normal guy right now, but you do not know the excruciating pain I'm going through just to sit here. But I needed to be here, and I needed to have this conversation because it's been boiling up, like exactly what went down. I mean, let's cut to it. I won the right, fair and square, to be calling myself the first ever TDW champion. I did it in front of everybody, like I said I was going to do. I know even if we had Ryan Matthews here right now, even he would admit he underestimated me. And literally, just as we press record, I've posted a highlight video. Some of you that weren't there can see some of the highlights. You'll be able to see the rest of the full show, everything that went down on Patreon very soon. But, Kev, as I said, friends. We've got a lot of friends in this business, and somebody else wanted to have a conversation about this. Somebody else who had a lot to deal with at Slam by Me, because he was up against the biggest opponent of his career, and I'm sure he will agree with me when I say that. He was facing none other than Tate Mayfair's, and he came out on top. Please welcome back to the podcast the one and only rebellious rocker himself, Will Tyrell.
Hello.
How
Good
are
to
we,
see
Will?
you again. Do you know what? I've been all right. As you said, Slam by Me. Had the biggest match of my career against one Tate Mayfair's. And I managed to get it done because Tate Mayfair's did the one thing I told him not to do. Underestimate me. And then my hand was raised at the end. But that's not why I wanted to come on today. We've all seen it. And even though, quite frankly, it was a disgusting act from two absolute plebs, I have a bit of an issue with how a certain Michael Parks thinks he could just get away with stuff like that. You know? And I've watched the show. I know what it's like. Okay? This man here, Big Kev here, he's fought him to get rid of him. And by the bonus, Thank goodness you did that. But you just signed a contract and he's back. They could break your back as well. No.
Do you know what? Your frustration, look, well, I don't want to cut short, obviously, everything you said, because this is why you're one of the first people I wanted to speak to, because, Will, you're still so new to this, but everything you're doing is carving a path to a future that holds no bounds. Kev, would you agree? Will is out there tearing it up, taking on Tate Mayfairs and winning. And like you said, this is why I know me and you since day dot. We've been pretty cool. We've hung out together at shows. We've hung out obviously at TDW. Me and you have a lot in common. We both went into our matches. Again, for me, the biggest match of my life. I'm at 40. This was the end of it for me. This is the beginning of it for you. That's the difference. But the similarities, we both went in there underestimated. And we both came out on top. We proved ourselves. And that's where, again, you think of it like this. We both went out there and proved ourselves. And it always leads to one thing, that somebody gets jealous of that. I mean, I'll take it this. I'm glad it was someone got jealous of me over you, Will, because, like I said, your future's still bright. This might be the end for me. The broken spine. I might never step back in the ring. I don't know. I can't answer that right now because I'm less than 2 weeks into what I'm dealing with. But you have a future ahead of you. And this is why I said I want to go out, speak to friends. I want to bring friends together and see who I still have in this business. And that's the one thing. If I'm laying there, and I laid flat for 2.5 days from the ring into the ambulance, into the hospital, dragged around for scans, this and that. And I spent 2.5 days laid flat before I could even get sat up. And I had to be forced sat up. Yeah, I can walk around now, but I need a back brace and crutches to go moving anywhere. The guys can tell you this, before we recorded, I had to stand up to grab something. Weren't easy. Life is going to be different for me for whatever reason going forward. But I think what I wanted this for, what I wanted you guys to come together for, was to understand that a war's coming. They've started a war that they cannot win. They seem to think that what they've done has taken them to the highest heights. Kurt, Laferde, my boys, my brothers, the guys that I started TDW with, that I brought into my podcast because I love them both. I share a tattoo with Laferde. We go way back. That was 9. It come up yesterday. It was 9 years ago as a memory that we got our tattoo shared together. We've been like brothers ever since, bonding over Power Rangers. Kev, you know, you've done a podcast with him.
I have. Yeah.
I can simply put it down to this. I think these boys have let the power of running a wrestling company go to their head. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. I absolutely can't. And you know what? Like, there's a reason why I specified I wanted to slap Kurt upside his head, right? And that's purely because with Laferde, I could kind of see it, right? Like you know what Laferde can be like, right? He's very dry. Like, you know, he'll crack the joke, but is he joking? You're never too sure, right? So I always thought that, like, maybe he was, like, you know, towing the line and that one day he might step over that line. But Kurt was the nicest guy in TDW for so long. Like, Kurt has done so much for everyone. Kurt has put so much effort into making everyone look like megastars. Kurt's voice is at the beginning of my entrance music. And it was all an act. It's all fake.
But you know what? Is it? Was it fake?
Yeah.
Like I say, with Laferde, straight up, yeah. I said the week before we were on a podcast, we decided, rather than doing the last podcast before the big show, I said, look, let's just do a geek podcast. We've not done one in so long. Let's just do a geek out. We'll have a conversation. We'll talk about Slam by Me. But I've got a lot going on in my head. I just want to feel normal before I have this big fight. And we spoke about it. And Kurt Laferde, I can't remember what it was. He made a joke about stabbing me in the back there. And he basically told me on that podcast, But again, like with Kurt, there's this. Is it with him? Was it all an act, or maybe, like you said, he was making everybody look like a megastar? Maybe he thought, nah, this is. I want this. I think to me, it can only be jealousy. Jealousy of what? Because I'm the one that of our team that has wrestled, was in that title fight. Is that the jealousy? Is it to do with that? I don't know. Because at the end of the day, if you want it, do what I did. Work for it. Don't just take it. I
Ryan,
didn't get that title fight and just got, oh, cool, I'm going to go get a title fight. I went and train my ass off.
Thing is,
Ryan,
jealousy is it's a very dangerous trait, you see. And Kev, you've had people who are jealous of you in the past, and I know that for sure. I've had people jealous of me in the past. You, Ryan, clearly have had people jealous of you. And it's such a dangerous trait because it just rips away any relationship you have with people. And to me, I'm not sure about everybody else, but I think I could speak on people where I say relationships are what keep people together. And to see just two people be so jealous of people's success, that's not what this company is based on. That's not why I came into this company. I'm sure, Kev, that's not why you came into this company either.
absolutely
We came
not.
here to make everyone better. We came here for the fans. We came here to make people remember us. But is that the way we're going to do it? That's not what I came here for. I came here to represent people. I didn't come here to be a coward.
And you see, and I'm going to look directly in the camera. You see, Kurt, Laferde, these are the first two people I'm speaking to about this situation. This idiotic move. Do you know what? The 5 minutes up, this fucking stupid idea that you've had to take it all away and become what you think is like some hierarchy of power. It's just going to be the end of you, the embarrassment you're going to go through when I get my hands on you, when we step foot and come face to face with you back at TDW. This is just going to be, again, the only reason you're laughing now is because you did exactly what, look, most cowards do. Surprise me from behind. Okay? Again, even Parky, like, I ain't even started on Michael fucking Parks.
Can I just make one request before you continue on?
Mhm.
Right? Can we stop with the Parky? Right?
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
Parky, right, is this streamer that I got on really well with. Parky is a guy that has had conversations with my girlfriend and has wished my girlfriend well. Parky was a friend of mine. Parky doesn't exist anymore. His name is Michael Parks.
You're right.
He doesn't deserve to be called Parky anymore.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Because, and again, this seems to be suit with all three of them. Because mere days before Slam by Me, two days before Slam by Me, I was up late night playing Call of Duty with Parky, making jokes. And, you know, I've said to him, you know, yes, you're fired. Maybe one day we can visit it one day down the line. Like, again, what happened there? And again, they've accused me saying you had to put that stipulation on. You had to show power. Kev, I'm sure you understand. I saw 4 of my friends and I said it. I said it there and then. 4 of my friends, 4 people I loved in different ways, were taking the piss in this company, and I had to put my foot down. Like a big brother would, I had to put my foot down. And the stipulation I put, yeah, okay, maybe I went too far, and I said I had to get rid of 2 of yous. But to me, that was whoever went out there and stayed would go and prove himself. And Johnny did that. Yes, he went up in a triple threat with Rudy Roots and Paul Robinson. And he effectively should have won that match, but didn't. But okay, but he still went out and proved himself that he can still hang with the best, and he's doing that. To just take a cheap shot and go, let's make a phone call, let's bring Parky back. And the fact is, the way they're talking, it sounds like this has been planned since the beginning. It sounds like they did not expect you to win that match.
Speaking of underestimated, right?
They are, again, back to the underestimation. Everyone keeps underestimating the wrong people in this company. And that's only going to lead to their downfall. So fuck it, let them keep doing it.
Can I just address one thing that you mentioned there? And this is one of the flaws in their arguments, and we're gonna dissect their argument, and we're going to point out so many flaws in their argument. Right? Here's the first one. Yeah, you made the stipulation that the loser of that tag team match gets fired. Right? You're also the man that made it a no disqualification, which allowed one or two, maybe three, maybe four. I'm gonna just keep counting. Cosplayers get involved in that match. Now, first of all, and I'm gonna look down the camera at this time, I was on my back the entire time those cosplayers were in the ring. I never asked them to show up. I never told them to show up. They did that themselves because they're my friends and they cared about me. I digress. The one thing that you've even missed, right, is the podcast where you decided that that match was going to be a loser gets fired match. Someone suggested it to you before you made that decision. Someone said it before you made that decision. His name was Laferde.
Good point.
It's a very good point. It's a very, very good point.
Again, they try blaming me for that, but yeah, you're right. And again, they're cutting their own plan here because, like they said, you weren't meant to. That Parky wasn't meant to get fired then. So what was their big plan? What was that when? Again, Caro got taken out of the Maverick Rumble. Was that all part of their big plan? Did they pay off Mordecai Shaw? I don't know. But
It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if they did something like that at all.
there was also that video. Do you remember from back in time, Kev? There was that video posted of Parky and Laferde chatting backstage. And
Yeah.
Parky, Laferde, sorry, was adamant that was nothing suspicious. That was him telling him off for whatever reason. This has been
It
going
looks
on
very
longer.
friendly for a telling off.
Liar.
Look, way too friendly. Way too friendly.
Liar.
Exactly. So you claim I didn't have to put myself in the RJ match was one of your big claims. I said no to that match.
You
I
did.
said no to that match repeatedly. You all put the pressure on me. Again, you reminded me of why I ever was around the wrestling business, because I wanted to be a wrestler. I wanted to be a champion. I had an opportunity right in front of me. Of course, after saying no 100 times, people are telling me I can do it. I believed it. I didn't do it. I wasn't ready. You then put me in the situation. You put yourself as the referee in Parky versus Johnny Royal. We had one referee at the time. He did not want to do that match. He didn't want to be involved. We could not get anybody to agree to it. I said, I'll step into that match. I'll referee it because I can keep a close eye on it. Even I couldn't keep control on it. And I end up with a chair wrapped around my back and I got blamed for that.
As the chairman, though, if you can't source a referee for a match, is it not your responsibility to make sure that that match is refereed by any means necessary?
Again, still new to being a chairman. But yes, that was my thought process. I then got blamed not only not putting myself in the Maverick Rumble, but because some luck of God let me win that Maverick Rumble, I should have given up the opportunity. You had the chance to give up the opportunity. Why? Why would you do that?
Why would you? Right. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Will, let's talk to you. You're someone that is on the fight to become champions across multiple companies. Just by chance, you won a Rumble and it gave you an opportunity to be a champion. Would you think in any sense, would any part of you go, I don't want this?
Why on earth would any guy, right? Even if you're not meant to be in it, whatever, I don't care. Why on earth, if you win a match, would you then give it up? Let's say, for example, it wasn't you who got chosen. Let's say, by miracle, but I don't know, Kev is in the match, right? And he wins it. Is he going to take it? No, of course not. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity. And yes, Ryan, yes, you are one of the people who are running the company. But at the same time, you're also a wrestler at heart. Kev's also a wrestler at heart. We've all wrestled at one point in our careers. Whether or not you like it, Kev, you are a wrestler now. So we have that feeling of, that competition, that desire to still do something within the business. So of course we're going to take something, and of course if we win it, why would we give that up? So the argument just doesn't make sense in my head. Like,
they called it dangling a carrot in front of me. Again, you dangled a carrot in front of me. The carrot in front of me was wrestle for the TDW Championship, wrestle to become the first ever TDW Championship, wrestle in my hometown in front of my friends and family at a show that was dedicated around my favourite movie that I'd already said I was going to wrestle at some point. I'd already started training. I was going to wrestle, and I was, look, between us, I was going to see if, originally my plan was to see if Johnny wanted to go one-on-one with me, because I've been promising for a long time, because we've known each other for a long time. I was going to ask Johnny if he wanted a nice, simple match. That didn't happen. I got to put myself in a bed. Of course I'm going to take it. Again, I have been around this for 24 years. I was the EWF All Counties champions about 14 times overall. I've been titles. I've never been the big champion, but this was my opportunity to be that big champion and not just etch myself as being one of the champions, the first ever. Why would I say no?
I have a thought in my head, and tell me right now, right? Let's say this wasn't a big plan from them, right? Let's just say that this was just a big coincidence. Why wouldn't Laferde or Kurt put themselves in that position then? Do you know what I mean?
They want to
if
be
they
the
were
big
really,
men, don't they?
really believing in that, why not just put it on yourselves at that point? You know, why
They
not
wanna
show a
be
bit of
the big
confidence,
men.
show a bit of bollocks in between you, huh? But no. You didn't want to do that. You wanted to wait and play the long game. You wanted to be a little bit of a sneaky little bastard, didn't you? Huh? No. My anger is really dwelling. I'm not gonna lie, as you could probably tell, right? But
And this is why I'm glad that you're on this side of the fence.
just
Aimed at a kick in the head.
buy my merch.
Well, one
But,
of them will get
yeah.
in the head.
You two, and I've said this before, and it's very public. I've said this before. Ryan, you've been a big supporter of mine from the start, and I appreciate everything you've done for me. Kev as well has helped me a lot. Whether he knows it or not, he has helped me a lot backstage and stuff like that. That's why, I just don't like bullies. I don't like people like that. I don't. This is not why I signed up to TDW. Kurt was there when I got signed, and I told him what I am, what I represent. And let's just say, if I see them again, their brains are going to be very much time to stew.
Here's the thing. You're right. Why did they not put themselves in that position? Why? Because they're not as stupid as they look. They want the power. They want to be front and center, but they know they can't fight for shit. They're not fighters. They've not been through what any of us have been through. They have not gone through the grueling training, grueling fights with people that have been bigger than us, have kicked our ass around the ring. I've had my ass whooped more times than I've ever whooped anybody's ass, but I'm still here and wanting to fight and still want to be. Yeah, maybe this is ego talking, boys, but you can't be a wrestler without having some kind of ego. So maybe your logic is right. You want to bring out the ego. But the ego is the ego part of it is how you deal with it. I let this ego and I let this fight get to my head for the reasons I believe in here. I did it for my family. I did it because I'd never had kids to share the love with of being somebody. Now I do. You see Jacob's face when I win that belt, Jacob's face. Then having to watch Jacob's face when I lost that belt and saw what happened. My stepson, my best friend, was there through it all. Look at it now. I'm sat in a room. I look like I've had a really nice tan. It's not really nice lighting and good tanning. No, I'm at my mum's. Why am I at my mum's? Because I haven't been home. I can't drive home. I live 2 hours away. I'm still in Essex. I haven't seen my family in 2 weeks. The last time I saw Jacob was the night of the accident, when I had to say to him, Jacob, I'm not okay. And I was getting taken away in the hospital. Then he came to see me the next day and he couldn't look at me because he was so scared for me. Do you know how much that breaks me inside? that kid who stepped in the ring to try and stop Ryan Matthews, the bravest kid I've ever met, stepped in the ring to try and stop Ryan Matthews hitting me with the belt. Couldn't look me in the face because his heart was broken of what he saw me get put through. But Jacob, I promise you, and I promise our entire family, what happens next will be amazing. And we are going to have the best time because we're going to embarrass them. We're going to hurt them. We're going to war. And I'm ready. You can call your little fucking next show Halloween, the Revenge of Michael Parks. Woo, very scary. You ain't seen my fucking horror side. Trust me. Kev, I'm sure in your cosplay there's some horror gimmicks or characters over there that you want to delve into.
Maybe at Halloween I don't put on the Cody cosplay. Maybe at Halloween I put on a different cosplay. Who knows? One thing that I do know, right, is one thing that I want to address, right, and it goes, it stems from what you've just said about like the situation you're in, missing your family, your family's reaction to what happened to you, right? Now, I have been online pretty much since you messaged me to tell me that you're in a bad way, but you're okay. And I have been talking about the fact that by rights, maybe I'm entitled to a title match. Now, Kurt is very against this idea purely because I have, since my last match, said that I don't want to be in a match again. And we talk about signings and that sort of thing. Ryan, you're the person that signed me to TDW, right? And my TDW contract says content creator.
Yes.
It does not say in-ring talent. But there is a little bit that says that there are a limited number of in-ring matches that I'm allowed to have should the opportunity be there. That's an agreement you and I had as a former wrestler, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Kurt's saying this whole thing about like I fought for a job that I don't want, but it was a loser gets fired. It wasn't a loser stops wrestling. It was a loser gets fired, which meant I lost my job as a content creator as well. I'd like to point out I have done no content creation in the way that I wanted to do originally, purely because from day one, that even if it was by my own fault, I ended up in what is now a blood feud, right? But here's the thing, you can't get physical right now, Ryan. You might not be able to get physical ever again.
True.
Right? But there's one thing that can happen and one thing that should happen, right? And that is that I can still get physical. And as far as I'm concerned, if Michael Parks gets a championship shot for losing a match in which I pinned him in, then I should be part of that championship conversation as well. And if I've beaten him once, I can beat him again. And then I can take that TDW Men's Championship, right? And I can hand it to you again. Because it's a championship you never lost. That was never a match.
Okay. Kev, that would be great. That would be amazing. But I'd love to put you in that match, and I'd love to say, let's get you one-on-one. Will, I'd love to put you in that match. Maybe it could be one of you guys, but the process for me right now, and the reason I'm not choosing someone is, Kev, like you said, you could take that limited and give it back to me. But when I won that belt, people were questioning what I was going to do, whether I was going to continue, because I said this could be it. I said I was going to be a fighting champion. Whoever wins is going to be a fighting champion. And I don't want it handed back to me, because in my eyes, I did lose. Regardless of what it is, I did lose. And I couldn't take the easy option. As much as I love and respect you for that, I couldn't take that easy option. Will, maybe this is a conversation because you do want to continue. You do want to fight. And I've always said it. Since we announced that there was a TDW belt, I can see you. I know you will be the TDW champion. But also my worry and concern is them. Their tactics and the way they're thinking. Look what's happened to me. Yeah? I have a fractured spine. They wanted me out for good. They didn't want to just take the belt. They wanted me done. And I can't have that happen yet. I want to see how they want to play this. Because they know now. They're seeing this from us. They know that there is a war coming. Yeah, look, okay. Well, I'll put you in a one-on-one with Michael Parks. What's saying that something doesn't bad happen to you and it ends your career before it even really gets going? I don't want that. And I couldn't ever live with that.
But the thing is, right? The thing is, firstly, they can try. They can try. I'm really trying not to swear because I really, really don't want that. But
just swear.
they can
Listen, we're past the
try.
5-minute mark. Look, I've said it. They're pricks. They're arseholes. You can say what the fuck you want.
They can try. They can try and break my neck for all I care. I ain't going down without a fight. Like you know very, very, very well. I don't take kindly to pricks. And I can just tell you, if you give me the honor one day, doesn't have to be anytime soon, but if you give me the honor one day of being that man to fight for that championship, because yes, I do have aspirations of my own to be TTW champion. It's not a secret, but there's a reason and there's a way to do it. And for me, the best way I know to do it, and I think my fellow rebels can actually tell you this as well. The best way I think to do it, kick him in the edge. So, whether it's next show, whether it's the show next year, I don't care when. If you are gonna try and do something to me, don't miss. Because, you see, things can break, but then you can get fixed. I get my hands on you, you ain't ever getting fixed. And I'm very certain, I'm very, 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 very certain as well. Kev's going to do a very good job on Michael Parks. I can tell you that for a fact anyways. Because he's not only done that before, he's beaten you before. So, whatever we choose to do, whatever Ryan you choose to do, I'm in full support of it. Would I like to be the one to pick them all out? Absolutely. But I support what you do.
I promise you, look, I don't want to make any promises now because this is still too soon. I promise you, because again, we'll go over a point that they made out. They kept calling me the former chairman of TDW. They don't read the small print. When I handed the company over, I put in there, and it is clearly stated that while I'm competing, I am no longer a member of the board. If I am the champion, I am no longer a member of the board. But the second I lose the belt, power returns to me. You fucking idiots. You done that to yourselves. You were better off letting me be the champion because you still have power. You should have let Parky come out there and challenge me. Hit me with the chairs a few times. Walk away. I could have taken that. But you had to. You thought that you were being clever. See what I mean? Up here for thinking, down there for dancing, dickheads. Because the power returned instantly straight back to me. So I still have over 51% of the power of the company between your 49% between the two of you. So I will make decisions. And you can see, I've got people ready to fight for me. I've got people that aren't part of the TDW roster ready to fight for me, and I've got a decision to make. Who do I want to fight for? Who's going to be that first one? But like I said, the war's coming. I don't want to put you guys in the firing range. I don't want to set anything in stone just yet because I want to know what their play is. I want to know what they're thinking. Who do they have for Michael Parks? Do they have an idea? Because again, whatever they decide, I can still counteract it. That's the thing. But I appreciate that we're all here and standing true to what we believe is the right thing for TDW. TDW is a family in my eyes. Whether you're someone that people love or hate, a lot of us have been here since the beginning, and we're seeing new people come in, and it's growing. There's people on the outside that want to be involved. We've got a few people that we need out and we need to get rid of, or at least be so bad that they see sense. Because again, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the power, now we've had time to respond. The power seems to be shifting in my head. I'd like to see what you think of this, because you thought you were going to get Ryan that's crying. I'm crying inside. Of course I am, because I haven't seen my family. My back is broken. All you've done is lit the fire and made it burn harder than it's burned before, because you dangled the carrot. I took it. I became the first ever TDW champion. Kev, you'll love this. To me, my story could have ended there, but you had to make it more. You had to take it away from me. So now the story continues. I call myself the Relic for a reason. Been around for a long time, and I'm going to be around for a long time. And I have a lot of friends. I have some great friends. I love my friends, because I can see the fire in both their eyes. Boys, do you think, what I'm saying, am I wrong to be looking at it like this?
Can I just say one quick thing regarding stories, right? Because much like you, my story could have ended when I got Michael Parks and Preston Sage fired, right? Shout out to Preston Sage, the only person that really got screwed over in that match.
Who has had an opinion on this? We'll come back to that.
Yep. That's when my story could have ended, right? And I get stipulations, fire stipulations, right? 9 times out of 10, the people that get fired, they end up getting their jobs back eventually, right?
This is
Eventually,
wrestling.
not the next damn show, right? So my story also continues, but my story has a caveat, right? Because yeah, I'm kind of peed off that Michael Parks is back in TDW right now, right? But I'm so much more peed off that the wool was pulled over so many people's eyes. I called them it on Instagram. From now on, I'm going to refer to them as Bulk and Skull. Right? That's who they are. They're Bulk and
Will,
Skull.
are you old? Did you get the reference?
I do get the reference.
Good man. See, again, this is why we're all family.
They are a pair of bullies that think they're harder than they are.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they are. Right? And you are spot on. They could have let you be the champion, right? Heaven knows they're the ones that put out all the breadcrumbs to lead you there,
But didn't want me to be the champion.
but didn't want you to be the champion. But they're the ones that made it happen. You didn't make that happen.
Hey,
Right?
You got the 1, 2, 3.
No. Wait, listen. Before you jump down my throat, right? You didn't make that happen, right? But you took every single opportunity, right? That was either you were coerced into taking, right, reluctantly, or once that title match come along, that you decided, yeah, you know what, I'm going to take the opportunities, right? This isn't the path I wanted to go down, and that's what I mean when I say you didn't make it happen, right? Because you didn't want to go down that path, right? But you were coerced into going down that path, right? You weren't being champion, right? You becoming champion, you made that happen. but you didn't manipulate your own system. They manipulated the system to put you in that situation. That's where your story continues, is the fact that you've got Bulk and Skull who think they're pulling the strings, who think they're outsmarting you. They've just made life worse for themselves. Because before all of this, you didn't have a chip on your shoulder. Big one. Big
I've
one.
2 chips in my spine as well. Yeah.
I was tempted to say it, but I'm glad you said
So
it.
I can listen, because amongst friends, I can take the jokes. I've seen these little movie posters. I've had a chuckle myself. I've got some more to post. I've got some. I can have fun than that. I can let you think that I'm wallowing and just sharing shit. Come on, this is me we're talking about. I do what I always do. I plan, and I get ready. I get ready for what's next, and this whole Bulk and Skull thing. They forget who I came out as. A combat. Thank you, by the way, for the Len of the Shield. It looks great downstairs.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I had my dream. What I call, every wrestler out there got into this because they want their own Mania moment, their own Mania entrance. I got that with my best friend, my stepson. Him as the Blue Ranger, me as a combination of Lord Draken as Tommy Oliver. Bulk and Skull, you fucking idiots. And I like that. We're going to keep calling that Bulk and Skull.
Very
Now
good
you're doing
reference,
it
that.
with a Lord Draken kind of guy. Go read a comic or something. And Laferde, I know you've read them. What was the big battle called? Battle for the Grid?
Battle for the Grid, yeah.
Battle for the Grid? Call this our own battle for the grid. But the grid will always come back to the powers that it should be. What's right, what's true. I mean, I'm kind of cutting things here because Lord Draken's kind of a bad guy, but Tommy Oliver's
He also gets at the end of that, but I get the reference. I get the reference.
Basically, I'm going to fuck you up, boys. I'm going to fuck you up.
We can change that story, right? We can change that story. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, I could happily still do that to them if you like.
And this is why we have a lunatic like Will around, because, again, Will's ready to fight anybody, but, well, listen, TDW Championship is coming your way. I promise you that. At least a shot for the title. Look, I'll be honest with you. Again, like I said, I originally thought I would fight Johnny Royal at Slam by Me. When I was dreaming of becoming the TDW champion, I was planning everybody I wanted to face. Of course, you were on that list. I was a bit worried about taking a kick to the head, but I knew you deserved the shot. Let me either listen. I don't know, because I need to see who. I need to talk to a few more friends. I've got a few more friends to get through. It sounds crazy. I've got a few more friends to talk to. I want to see where everybody's head is. I want to see where their head is. And then we'll see who's going to face them. Maybe by some luck, by some miracle from the Lord above, I'll be ready by October. And if I am, I'll go. I will fight. And if it's everybody telling me, my mum, my partner, don't do it again. My sisters, don't do it again. Your back's broken. They don't get it, do they, boys? I've not just had my back broken. I've had my dreams shattered. Shattered dreams need to be pieced back together because, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Stardust.
Brian, whatever you choose to do, just know, me, Kev, and all your other friends as well, we've got your back. And in case it wasn't clear enough, for those who are wondering, yes, I am on Ryan's side here.
You wait till you see some of the other people I've been speaking to. Go remember, I know more than one lunatic in this business.
Jaws funny as well. I've just realised. Yeah, I've just realised. Laferde and Kurt. Yes, you got Michael Parks, man who's all about it's nothing personal. It's just violence, right?
This feels
And he's
fucking
also-
personal to me.
I know, right? And what a fucking donut. But Not only that, a little bit of a personal one for me. Look at the flag in the background.
That man is a champion and is representing your country. You okay with that?
What do you think?
Mate, right now I'm half Scottish and because of him, I don't want to tell people that because that's what's representing our company.
I have a problem with that. I have a very, very big problem with that, and there's no shade at all to any of my English friends, including you guys at all whatsoever. But on a bit of a personal level, you know, bit of a personal level, having someone like that represent the company, but also that precious flag. Let me talk to you real quick here. Yeah, that sells everyone, you wee little bastard. And I'm talking to you, Michael Parks. I know you understood that. All right. But again, whatever you choose to do, you've got our backs. And we've got yours.
I'll always have your back, man. Listen, this hasn't put a stop in TDW being something special. If anything, this is going to make TDW grow because we're going to show that no matter how hard we get knocked down, whether it's career-ending kind of stuff, we fight back. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm glad to know I still have friends. I can't wait to see who other friends start coming out of the woodworks. I've been Ryan. That's been Kev D, the cosplay nightmare. A nightmare in Michael Park's life already.
Absolutely.
Rebellious rocker Will Tyrrell. A nightmare for your future, Parky. Sorry, Michael Parks. This isn't violence. This is personal. See you later.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
Do you like trees? Do you like cards? Do you like frogs? What about all three together? Because Ryan has got the place for you. Tell him, Ryan.
How is this you doing a promo for Tree Frog Grading, our partner that grades cards and then gives us a discount code? That was just you throwing it over to me.
Yeah, it's called delegation.
It's called you having this information in front of you for 2 years and never paying attention to it. That's what that is.
Yeah, is it on Braille on my screen? No, it's not.
Good point. Tree Frog Grading is a partner we've had for 2 years now, and you can still get your cards graded and use the code TWD15 for 15% off. That's treefroggrading.com. And don't forget, if they've got any other promotion running on the website, you can add our code on top of that to save yourself even more money. Laferde, it's as easy as that. Get your cards graded at a discounted price with the code TWD15, treefroggrading.com.
Ribbit.
Laferde, this is how you do a promo. You ready?
Well, when's someone going to turn up to show me how to do it?
Wow. I'll show you how to do it. Our friend JC has got his very own clothing range. It's called Graffiti WASHED. Laferde, you remember JC, don't you, when he came on the podcast?
I do, because we got a few messages and I thought, who is this guy?
Yeah, well, JC came on the podcast and he told us all about his clothing range, Graffiti WASHED. And with us, you can get 30% off by using the code TalksWithDorks30. Go check out his clothing range. It's fun, it's funky. Some people call it controversial. As long as you're talking about it, as long as you're buying it, and as long as you're wearing it. Graffiti WASHED, TalksWithDorks30 for 30% off. See? Easy as that, mate.
Speaking of controversial, it means you might be able to get some of your own clothes instead of wearing everyone else's.
Fair point. Who's watched back any of our TDW shows recently?
Watched them back. I've done nothing but. I'm the guy editing all of them.
No, where would we find it? YouTube or?
Third, again, mate, like, you're part of this podcast. How do you not know that we have a Patreon page? You've got content on there that you made.
Yeah, but I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't see what I was doing.
It always goes back to the site. Kurt, you're quite good with this. Why don't you give Laferde the little rundown on how, where, and what is available on offer for him to get our Patreon page?
Kurt, do it in your announcer voice.
It is easy to find, even if you're visually challenged. And yes, I will do it in the announcer voice.
Get in.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you know that Talks with Dorks has its own Patreon page where you can find exclusive content recorded by our very own man who doesn't have a single clue what he's doing, the one and only Laferde. You can also see all of TDW's full wrestling events in all of their glory as they happen live, with exclusive match commentary and behind the scenes and backstage interviews as well, plus a whole heap more besides that. It's all available on the Talks with Dorks Patreon, patreon.com/TalkDorkPodcast.
See, Laferde, if you could, like, you've been around for 2 years and you still can't make an effort like that at all.
Well, if I was a goose, I'd have bumps right now. Just hearing Kurt with that announcer voice is just worth pissing you off every week.
Really? And did you know, Laferde, that you don't even have to pay for the first month? We have got a link that will be down below that you can get the first month free.
It means at the bottom of the video, not Australia.
What did I say?
Down below.
That's down under.
Not up here, it's not.
Fair enough.
Please subscribe, we need the money.
Find us at patreon.com/TalkDorkPodcast. 1 month free if you click the link below.